Hi, my name is Jeff Austin. They lovingly call me Coach around here because I coach youth football for the Mid-Peninsula Athletic Association, but I also function as the programming director for that same organization. We at Mid-Peninsula Athletic Association truly pride ourselves in being more than just football. Our organization, 3 years old now, has gotten into a whole lot of things because we truly believe in serving the young people that come and participate in our programs. We have recently realized that the time that our coaches spend with our young people is such a valuable asset to their development. We've always understood that coaches have a different type of relationship with young people that parents may not have, teachers may not have, but there's something about the coach-athlete relationship that's truly special because the coaches have something that these young people want. They want to do well in sports, and the coaches have a great influence over them and to instill discipline and the art of listening, as well as being just committed totally and giving everything they got to the common goal. So there's so many characteristics, healthy characteristics, that coaches can instill into the young people. But coaches also in the MPAA, we have discovered another job, so to speak, for our coaches, and that is to take a look at not only the physical well-being of our players, but the academic well-being of our players, as well as the mental wellness being of our players. Let me tell you exactly how this got started. I was coaching a young man a couple of seasons ago. I think it was 2010. And this young man was your typical young guy. He's running around, being mischievous, acting up, and just being a kid. And it was wonderful to see him interacting with his teammates and team moms and coaches and everything. He was doing really, really well. Grades weren't great, but you know, they weren't bad either. He was an average student. But within a period of about a month, I slowly but surely watched this young man change into monstrous type behaviors. This young man started cussing out the same team moms that he was loving on less than a month before. He was very rebellious in the classroom, becoming suspended eventually, and many detentions were on his record. I decided to take a visit to this young man's home, and when I walked into this young man's home, or where he was living, I knew that there was a problem right away. He was living in a garage with a bed in the corner and a dresser there, and then there was this big poster hanging from the rafter of this garage. Well, the poster looked just like this young man. I asked him, well, who is this fella here in the poster? And he said, that's my favorite uncle. And I said, well, where is this guy? Because I'm trying to figure out where the male figure was in the home. So what this young man told me next changed my life forever. He told me, he's gone. I said, well, where did he go? He said, he died. I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. What happened? And then he said, I came home from school one day and I found him hanging right there where that poster hangs today. It absolutely took my heart out of my chest and threw it to the floor. I started to look for services for this young man because that trauma I knew he was not going to be able to handle, and I knew that that is the reason that he was having major problems with his social behavior skills. Started to look for services that dealt with trauma in children, unresolved trauma in children, and to my surprise I found very little, considering that East Palo Alto is a city that is totally traumatized. So as I started to look in the city and found out that there wasn't really too much for him, I started looking at county level and then also starting to look at federal level. And I found out that trauma-informed care systems is the newest way. There's a new modality, a new thrust in mental health services that are starting to look at what happened to you truly. Instead of looking at the symptoms, we're going to dig into what's really inside and try to get at that. So I started to attend all kinds of trainings and educate myself on the effects of unresolved trauma in children. Did you know that unresolved trauma in a child can actually hinder the development of his cognitive faculties, leading to all kinds of social problems? Our kids, we have a 70% dropout rate. We also have a high teen pregnancy rate. We also have high gang affiliation and violence rate, a high substance abuse rate. All of these rates can be directly attributed to unresolved trauma issues. Thank God for the Child Academy and Child Trauma Academy, rather, in San Antonio, Texas. Is where we started to look for information through them and through the county offices of San Mateo County. Mary Taylor Fullerton has been instrumental in helping us put together a program to educate the general public, as well as teachers, police officers, and clergy, and of course our coaches and our administrators, on the effects, the recognition, and the treatment for unresolved trauma issues. It is a huge undertaking because as we developed our surveys to implement in our programming, we found out that 92.8% of our participants had suffered or had some occurrence of either moderate to severe trauma in their lives. Over 60% of them were still unresolved. They've never really talked about it because the old rule of don't feel, don't tell is still very much in effect in East Palo Alto. So we've developed a program now where we go into the schools once we recognize these youngsters with these issues, and we mentor them during lunchtime sessions, and we try to develop a much more intimate relationship with them and offer them higher levels of service as needed and as we can lead them to that. And that's just a real thumbnail sketch of what we're doing, but that's the premise of it, is that we are going after the unresolved trauma issues that reside in our children with the hope that it will make them healthier and more productive individuals in the future than they may have been in the past. It's a huge undertaking, and we need your help. We need you to get involved. We need you to learn about unresolved trauma issues in children. We need you to come to our training courses. We need you to sign up all of the youth sports programming that you know under the Life's Playbook banner so that we can get the information to those that are providing care for our children in an effective and expedient manner. It's a huge undertaking, and again, we need your time, your talent, and of course your treasure to make these things happen. The ultimate goal of Life's Playbook EBA is to open up safe houses for children that are experiencing physical or sexual abuse until authorities can sort it out. A respite house, so to speak, that will give them the opportunity to have a safe place to come and talk about what issues might be bothering them. We have counseling sessions, we have training sessions, we have all kinds of things going on, as well as community service outreach programs that are getting our kids involved in a positive manner. Please join us. Please go to the contact page, give us your email information, and let us contact you to see how we can get you involved in this wonderful, wonderful work. We appreciate you taking time to listen to this video, and we hope to see and meet you all very, very soon. I think that might work.